y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the Unholiday collection from Daze for 2019. This is in collaboration with Young, Wild, and Polished. I was sent this collection for review and it is available right now. I'll go ahead and link that storefront down below. I'm really honored to be included in this release. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into the swatches. So first up today is Twisted Tinsel, and this is a beautiful shimmering polish. So this is described as a milky gray-toned white jelly base filled with holographic silver multi-size micro glitters. So I'll see a lot of scattered holographic glitter going on in there, as well as maybe a little bit of linear as well. This one is a little bit sheer. It is described as a jelly, so it's one that you're going to want to build up. This first coat goes on nice and easy. I had a good smattering of glitter across the nail. I think you could use this one as a topper as well if you're interested. So here's a look at that second coat. Two coats is gonna bump up that opacity. I'm so sorry about that wayward bristle. I should have clipped it honestly, but here is a look at the third and a final coat of a Twisted Tinsel. So 3 coats does bring this polish to full coverage. You get a ton of glitter payoff on the nail and it looks like a beautiful winter snowy white. Very gorgeous. I think this is gonna be really great to put nail art on top of as well. So here's a look at that completed mani at 3 coats before a glossy top coat underneath artificial lighting, and then really quickly from a different angle with a glossy top coat in direct sunlight. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle, again in that direct sunlight. So next up is one of the most unique polishes of the collection. This is Snowflake Ease, and she is described as a peachy nude jelly polish filled with iridescent irregular flakes. I'm such a huge fan of those iridescent flakies. They go on so smooth. They're not thick, but they're going to add a lot of interest to the nail. So I've never seen them in a peachy base, and I really love this combination. So here is a look at that first easy coat. Again, really smooth. These are a little bit more on the thin side, so I definitely do recommend going in for thinner coats. So don't try to go too thick because you will have some pooling. 2 coats is going to add more flakes onto the nail. It's not completely opaque for me, so I'm going to go ahead, finish this coat, let it dry down, and then show you how it built up for me today with a third and final coat. So 3 coats, it does push it towards being full coverage. If you wanted to use this one over an undie, I think that would be really cool. I love these type of flakies with a matte top coat, so that's how I'm going to show it for you today. I did have some flakes there kind of hanging off the end of the nail, but you simply just push those back or top coat them and they lay down beautifully flush. So here is a look at that completed mani at 3 coats before a glossy top coat and then with a matte top coat in direct sunlight. I think that's where the winning combination is. And then this is my final swatch photo in indirect lighting. So next up is Reindeer Games, and she is described as being a sheer turquoise jelly base with a strong pink to orange to gold shifting shimmer. So this one can be applied on its own or as a topper, so I'm going to try to show you both ways today. So here's a look at that first easy coat all on its own on my natural nail. You can see here it is quite sheer, but that shifting shimmer on the nail is a beautiful play. I think this would be fun to play around with for a French mani as well, just to add it to a little bit more of a modern flair. So here's a look at that second coat. You can see that turquoise pigment deepening up there. You get a little bit more shift on the nail. It is still fairly sheer. I'm going to show you how it built up for me today with a third and final coat. So 3 coats, you're still going to get a flash of visible nail line, but you can see how strong that shimmer shift is on the nail. I think it just makes for a very clean, classy look. So here it is over black. So 1 coat over black. It looks like a completely different polish. You can see I kind of like stalled there applying because I was just so mesmerized. I think this is my favorite way to wear this polish. You get more of the pink and orange shift with just a little bit of green around the edge. Super beautiful. So here is a look at that completed mani again on its own and at 1 coat over black before a glossy top coat underneath my artificial ring lighting, and then really quickly from a different angle in direct sunlight. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle in that direct sunlight. Next up is the Radio Still Works, and this is described as a blue-toned lavender jelly filled with a pink to gold to green shifting shimmer and holographic silver multi-sized micro glitter. So a lot going on in this one polish in the bottle. Super beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and show you how it's swatched today for me on my natural nail. Because this is a jelly polish, again, it's one that you're going to want to build up to get the best color payoff. However, just a nice covering there at that first coat. I'm going to go ahead and let that dry down and then show you how it built up for me with a second coat. You can see that purple pigment getting a little bit stronger. Already a ton of glitter on the nail. It's still not completely opaque though. I do have a good flash of visible nail lines still peeking through, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry down. and then show you how it built up for me with a third and final coat. So today I do believe that 3 coats makes for a perfect coverage. If you wanted to go in for a fourth, you totally could. However, I feel like this is almost exactly what it is in the bottle on the nail. So here's a look at that completed mini at 3 coats before a glossy top coat, and then once more with a glossy top coat in that direct sunlight. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle in direct sunlight of that polish. So next up is a 2020 or bust. It is going to round out the collection for us today. So this is a red to orange to gold shifting multichrome in a linear holographic navy base. Super beautiful. It looks a little bit more brown toned here. I'm going to go ahead and show you how it's swatched today for me on my natural nail. So here is the look of that first easy coat. Again, this formula is a little bit on the thinner side, so I just recommend going in with nice thin coats for these. That first coat lays down a nice base. However, it is not completely opaque, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how it built up for me with a quick second coat. This second coat is like magic, brings it to full coverage and no issues at all. I did want to be just a little bit mindful when applying to make sure there are no brush strokes in the finished effect. So here is a look at that completed mani. I had 2 coats before a glossy top coat underneath my artificial ring lighting, and then really quickly from a different angle in direct sunlight. And this one is where this polish really shines. So that is my final swatch photo of 2020 or bust, and that does wrap up my swatch and review of the Unholiday collection. These are available right now from Glitter Daze. Again, I'll have that storefront linked down below. If you'd like to see more, you can also follow me on Instagram at Sloppy Swatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.